Hey everybody, Mike here with Norcan Hockey. I guess another season is upon us. Teams are on the ice, rinks are open. I'm going to start the season with this quick video on center support and breaking out up the middle. Had a good discussion yesterday with a fellow hockey colleague about center role in the defensive zone and kind of rolls into breakouts for me. It's on a defensive zone entry, a center has to kind of be aware, scanning the ice and be an option, provide good support for the defenseman on the breakout, and just a few different options and situations here. I've got about 4 or 5 different clips of it. We'll blast through them all. I'm going to try to hit most of the points, the talking points, but I could go on forever about these, so I'll probably hit the kind of the main 3 or 4 points on each breakout and go from there. So one of the main overarching things, like couple years ago, before I really looked at a bunch of clips and studied the variables, I kind of thought that it was just a center swing. You'd hit that centerman in stride coming across the middle of the net. It was more of a route and a pattern than concepts. And for me now, the overarching concepts are the center doesn't have to be swinging, doesn't have to be in motion. He's just got to find a quiet area with separation from checks and present a good target, be available for a pass, and maybe communicate with that D-man to get the puck. So it's just being an option in a good area is the main thing, and the D-man should be able to find that and use you as an outlet. So let these first few clips run here. The first one's just a traditional center swing. This is what most everybody practices when they do practice it. So we're watching Mika Zibanejad here come down and support. He's mirroring the puck, so the puck goes D to D behind the net, and he takes a couple crossovers, gets his speed coming through the middle of the ice. Phillips does a really good job of getting to the corner. What Phillips getting to the corner or outside the dots, so if this is your dot lane here, by Phillips being on this side of the dot lane, it pulls this forechecker out to the wall, which opens up that space in the middle of the ice. So defenseman, real good point for defensemen is to, if you don't have an early pass and you've got to skate it out to the wall, try to be deceptive and pull a forecheck out before you dish it back to the middle of the ice. Just creates more space. And here's kind of the counter of that, different example. So these ones I don't generally teach these or like these where the players are in an eye up formation. That's a really tough pass to make and a really tough pass to pick up for that centerman. So as it goes through here, it's a pass just about straight up from behind the net up the middle of the ice. With this one, the D-man was stationary, so he didn't get to the corner and decided to come up the middle of the ice because he identified that this checker here had locked onto the winger, and now that he passed to the middle of the ice, you can see this checker has now made the adjustment that he's going to go and take this guy, the center swing. So the one thing to keep in mind here is where this player is receiving the pass. If he's getting it below the hash marks, he's probably got enough time to corral that pass and get his head up before the F3 forechecker makes a play on him. But if that center swing is getting the puck way up above the hash marks, the possibility of getting clipped or getting in trouble with that F3, that high forechecker. Another example of it, goalie goes to D and really tight support here. You can see this is just a little 3-foot, 5-foot pass to the center swing. It works. I'm not sure if people are teaching that as a theory, but I look at that and go, if that center would have had a little bit better timing and been cutting here, he'd have much more space in this area than skating right into that first forechecker. I mean, it works, and maybe they've got a plan. Every coach has different tactics and techniques they look at and in regards to what the forecheck is doing. But to me, catches it, goes up the dot lane, and then has to make a real evasive move because there's somebody right in his face there. Whereas if he would have been maybe up the middle of the ice, wouldn't have ran into the Montreal player right there right away. But again, too many variables. It can't be just one cookie cutter pattern. And here's another one just showing that it doesn't always have to be don't always have to be skating or in motion or running some kind of route. This one's the perfect example of just finding a soft spot with separation. So you can see where all the Pittsburgh forwards are, and the centerman here just finds himself a real nice soft area in between all three Pittsburgh checkers. He's not in motion, but he's a good option for an outlet. He's got his stick down, presented as a target, gets that puck, makes a quick play with it up to the winger, and they're gone on a breakout. Another example here. This one's kind of the opposite of the traditional swing that the first clip we looked at. So this one, the puck is coming the opposite way. The puck is coming up the boards. D-man is taking it behind the net, and then just finds that centerman in a soft area. Same thing exactly here as the one before. It's just a soft area. So Zach Smith is right in the middle of the Pittsburgh triangle here. He's got all kinds of room and space. I'd like him to have his stick on the ice and presenting a target, but I mean the D-man throws it there anyway, and he's got to react to it and get it. But again, lots of space just by centerman finding that soft area of the ice and being available. Couple strides, has some separation space. So here's how we work on it, and these were the first couple reps we did of this drill, and you can see that they all, pretty much every defenseman, when you do this without markings on the ice or visual markings of some sort, they pass from right at the post. So you can see they pass, they don't get dot wide, and they don't fake a pass, they don't telegraph, or they do telegraph. Everybody in the building knows where it's going, so this player picks it up, and he's got no deception in it at all. From right here, they should be faking to go to the wall and then finding the centerman once they don't get it. So from right here, this defenseman is actually telegraphing that pass already, where in a game situation, as he's coming around behind the net with that puck, his first option is probably going to be to a winger. If we had a winger over here that was open and there's no forecheckers close, we want a nice early pass from behind the net to that winger. If the other team sends a forechecker onto our winger that's on the half wall here, so if we had a half wall winger here, the other team sends a forechecker into this area, then we would want that D to come down, fake that pass, get at least dot wide below the goal line, and come back against the grain with that pass into the middle, where a centerman is mirroring, staggered, swinging onto it and coming up the middle. So again, pretty much everybody plays that D to wing pass, so it's just a matter of showing that D to wing pass and then making an adjustment and coming back through the middle like Phillips did. Got it out nice and wide and then came back through the middle. Whereas if every time you start this drill, players just want to pass from beside the net, which isn't what we want. And when we do visual markings with this drill, we'll take a bingo dabber and put a line somewhere around here and somewhere around here. So when that player comes around, they have to get over that line before they can make the pass back. And we'll even sometimes take and make a dotted line into the middle like this and draw a circle in this area where we want our center swing to pick up that puck. So now the D has to pick up that puck, skate it behind the net, fake a pass to the winger right here, and then pull out across this line and then come back to the center swing. So you can see kind of how that all works together. It can't be just skating around the net, telegraphing a pass and passing it right up the middle, up a forward's butt if that stagger isn't right. So some concepts to getting your D understanding that. And then when we do this, you can see in this one we actually ran the coaches. So the coaches mirrored figure eight and then mirrored back and just mimic the breakout. After we do it a couple times, or I've even started it, just put 2D together. So you have one D starting with the puck and you have another D that's actually going to act like the forward, and that helps them understand the timing and route of that play and where they want their stick on reception, and if they're passing backhand, forehand, etc. It just gets them working together, which I think helps them knowing the D role and the forward role. So this one, Daryl Belfry was down in Calgary last summer, and this is just a drill of his. It's a continuous D breakout, working simply on that exchange. So one player starts with the puck, goes down behind the net, exchange to the player cutting through the middle, and then that player is now going behind the net, passing to the guy going through the middle of the ice. So it's just D working on that exchange continuously and constantly. Really good drill, and you can also take that one and modify it to what you want. If you wanted to use markings on the ice with this one, you could take and put that circle area where you want the forward player to receive that pass. You can draw a route that they can skate, and then over here too on this side you could have a line that you want that D, when he comes around behind the net, they have to fake a pass, get out to that line, and then come back across with a pass to the center swing. So numerous different variables on there, just kind of put some visual cues in there, and the one big thing too is the deception. I don't know how many players we've ran through this drill. Nobody automatically fakes that pass to the wall, but giving false information is so important at higher levels of hockey, and if those habits don't get set at an early age, then it's really hard to pick them up later in life. So just a few things on the concepts of breaking out up the middle. Hope that helps. Follow me on Instagram at Norcan Hockey. I'm going to try to put some more content up there this winter. And feel free to leave a comment or start a discussion. Get a hold of me privately, whatever it is. I'm a hockey nerd and love discussing this kind of stuff. If you've got something that would add to this, if you've got a clip that makes sense, send it over to me. I'll try to implement it in some of this stuff, just like sharing resources and discussing this kind of stuff with other passionate hockey people. Have a great day. Thanks.